Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. Welcome to another compelling program where we talk to leaders who make a difference. And right out of the box, our good friend Tony Russo, president of the Commerce and Industry Association of New Jersey and publisher of Commerce Magazine, one of our media partners. Good to see you, Tony.
Good to see you, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Tony, we're taping on the 22nd of June, be seeing later. There will be a budget, an official budget on July 1st, 2021. Why does that matter so much to you and the members at CIANJ?
Well, every June is always important because what the state does with our tax dollars and the programs that they're going to fund, potential fees, taxes, that's something that we always pay attention to. So what's going to happen this week in Trenton is important. And for the first time, as long as I've been working here, the fact that the state's flush with money doesn't happen every year. And so this is going to be very interesting to see how the money is spent. So we're going to want to track it and monitor how that process goes.
Tony, if you were not the president of the Commerce and Industry Association, and you were in fact the governor of the state, and you had this, it's not an embarrassment of riches because nobody's embarrassed because there's a surplus. What do you believe the best way to spend that money should be?
It's a great question, Steve, and my response would be what our businesses do. Whenever they have a profit, if they're fortunate to have one, they reinvest in the company. They purchase new equipment. They reinvest in their people. So the same thing should apply with the state: is reinvest in the infrastructure, reinvest in our workforce. Spend money, save money too, and that's a big component of it. Our businesses are obviously counting every dollar and making sure that the money is going to be there for the next crisis, because it's not if, it's going to be when, and we just want to be prepared for it. So my advice to the governor and the legislature would be to just reinvest a lot of that money, pay down debt. A lot of our businesses do that. And so when you have the opportunity, where you have the money and you have the cash, you got to do the right thing and really take care of debt, reinvest, and take care of your employees.
Tony, let me ask you, we've been media, you've been our media colleague for a long time, and you've talked a lot about the workforce. Dr. Joe Bloom at NJIT, the president there, talks about workforce issues a lot, the workforce shortage, et cetera, talent pool. Is there, in fact, a hiring shortage out there right now?
No, there certainly is, and that's not a secret. I mean, this has been going on for a few months, and we've tried to raise that level with folks here in Trenton. But yeah, I talk to Steve. I talk to, no matter what sector of the business I'm talking to, they're always looking for new people, whether it's accountants, bankers, truck drivers, operators. So there is a shortage of workers out there, and you could point to a few things, right? I know a lot of folks are saying that the enhanced unemployment's keeping people home, but I also think that now we have a situation where we're coming out of the pandemic, the economy's starting to pick up. Folks want to hire. We just need a qualified and skilled workforce, and that's not easy to find.
And by the way, childcare issues, we have a series that we're doing called Reimagine Childcare, which we're talking about quality, affordable childcare. Don't kid ourselves, folks. Childcare is a part of that equation as well. Hey, Tony, how about this? The workplace moving forward. You talk to your members all the time. By the way, let's put up the Commerce and Industry Association website so people can check out what Tony and his colleagues are doing. Tony, how much of it do you believe will ultimately be a hybrid situation? In person, remote. We're totally remote right now, but we're unique. We're not unique, but not everyone can do that. Talk to us.
Yeah, look, that's the threshold issue right now that a lot of our members are facing is, how do you bring employees back, right? We represent manufacturers that have been there since day one. They can't afford to have people working remotely. But when I talk to our service providers and insurance companies, bankers, accounting firms, what they're telling me is that you're probably going to see a hybrid model stay in place where they're going to want to give their employees that flexibility to work from home. But, they stress the importance of coming back to the office, right? There's structure there. There's collaboration with your coworkers. I mean, I think that's going to happen. And I think it's just a question of some companies are bringing folks back in the summer. Some are waiting until after Labor Day. You hit something very important, and that's childcare. Schools are going to be reopened. So, I think come September, the fall and beyond in 2022, don't be too surprised if you see the model as a hybrid where people work maybe 2 days in the office and 3 days from home. And I think that's going to be the model moving forward. And the reason being is, and a couple of members have told me this, If you don't offer that flexibility, I think employees will have choices and they'll leave. So it's a question of, if you want to protect your good employees, you got to provide that flexibility. And I think what we learned over the past year is that a lot of employees have worked effectively remotely, and that production was there, so it was good.
Tony, let me try this. The whole question of moving forward, to what degree do you believe, and we talk about leadership a lot, right? To what degree do you believe your members will be most successful who are constantly pivoting, adapting, evolving, and not saying, I want to go back to normal?
I think the overwhelming majority of them are going to adapt, and that was the lesson learned from the pandemic. Is if you stayed the same, you basically languished and you faded away. Yeah, you went backwards. And I think they realized that the name of the game in this global economy, Steve, with technology changing so rapidly, with the economies of the world changing so rapidly, with the issues that pop up, you have to come in every day to work and just say, what is it that we need to do in order to stay ahead of our competitors and to stay viable? And I think those are the companies that are always going to be successful.
Tony, before I let you go, the role of banks, speaking about evolving, the role of banks has dramatically changed, providing managing the PPP process, et cetera, et cetera. The role of banks in this pandemic now and moving forward is 30 seconds.
They were the lifeline. They were the ones that got it done, along with the SBA and the federal government. Without our banks, our companies didn't get that, money that they really desperately needed. So it was important.
That's Tony Russo. He's the president of the Commerce and Industry Association, also the publisher of Commerce Magazine. You saw his website. They're one of our media partners. Hey, Tony, thank you so much. Best to you and all of your members at Commerce.
Thank you. Same to you, Steve. Thank you.
I'm Steve Adubato. That's Tony Russo. We'll be right back.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, the New Jersey Education Association, Johnson & Johnson, MD Advantage Insurance Company, NJM Insurance Group, the Fidelco Group, the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities Clean Energy Program, Prudential Financial, and by the Adler Aphasia Center. Promotional support provided by Meadowlands Chamber and by bestofnj.com.
New Jersey's Clean Energy Program offers financial incentives for New Jersey residents, business owners, and local governments to help save energy, money, and the environment. Learn more at newjerseycleanenergy.com or call 1-866-NJ-SMART. New Jersey's Clean Energy Program. We're lighting the way to a clean energy future.